Lady Mayneth. It is not far off now. A world in which there is no need for fear. The hour draws near. Our will shall soon be done. First, there is the matter of the Monado. Our victory can only be assured if we destroy the Monado before it's too late. I sense your existence. I know you are alive. Zanza, the hour is upon us. Your time has come.
Shulk. Shulk.
Who's calling my name?
Shulk, you have acquired the ability to glimpse the future. The ability to understand the law of causality as decided by a higher power.
A higher power? Like the Bionis?
Why do you desire to change the future? Why do you wish to act against their will?
I do just as anyone would do. It is natural to want to change an unhappy future. If that is their will, then I choose to fight.
If that is what you wish, Shulk, then you must find your Monado.
My Monado?
Precisely. The one true Monado.
You can't do that. Because you aren't here. Not anymore.
Is everyone okay?
Yeah.
That was a close one. I mean, how unbiased did we survive that? We seem all right.
I don't know. It could be that we were just lucky, but I'm sure there must be more to it than that.
You were protected by the power of Lady Mayneth.
Who's there?
A Machina. Are you... Vanea?
Vanea? Does that mean you're Mikol's daughter?
I am glad you are safe. Lady Mayneth.
Lady Mayneth?
That face was sent to destroy you. I am truly happy you are all right.
You're lying. Gaddo would never try and hurt us.
Sadly, his home's memories no longer remain. The current faces are nothing more than weapons, designed to annihilate all life on Bionis.
It can't be.
Faces are created by directly integrating the brainstem and metabolic organs of Homs into Mechon. Memories and emotion are nothing but a hindrance to an effective weapon. However, the early faces were experimental. Many retained memories from their former lives. This prevented them from executing their missions effectively. More recent faces have had all memories of their previous lives completely erased.
Is that because of me?
No, it is not your fault.
Mumkar seems the more likely candidate. His attachment to us was too strong. You could say it caused his destruction.
That sword one and all.
You are correct.
No. It's not true. Oh. My Gado.
Sharla?
Explain it to me. I mean, why does Egil want to make us into Mekon? What's the reason for all this?
In order to counter the Monado.
I knew it.
The Monado is ineffective against the High Entier, the Homs, against all races of Bionis. Egil suffered a bitter defeat in the battle 1 year ago. After that, he theorized that he could counter the Monado by integrating organic life from Bionis.
Of course. Initially, the Monado couldn't take a Hom's life.
It can now, though.
It could not harm those who share the blood of Zanza. That was its sole weakness. But Zanza lifted that constraint.
Those who share the blood of Zanza? Who is that giant?
The progenitor of the Homs.
Him?
And once the friend of my brother Egil, before they became sworn enemies. It was Zanza who devastated Mekonis.
What?
Wow, look at that! Are they the Havres?
They're the latest anti-Mekon weapons, designed by Lorothea and the Ministry of Research. What a glorious sight. The coming together of all the peoples of Bionis.
Yes, sir.
This is how it should always have been. Then perhaps Father would not.
Your Highness.
We are fortunate that Dixon informed us of the enemy's new weapon. Our defenses are ready. Today, we start our campaign against Galahad Fortress. Just beyond the fortress lies the imperial capital of Mekonis. This is a battle to determine not just our own fates, but the future of all life on Bionis. We fight for future prosperity and the glory and honor of all. Troops, advance!
Are you saying that Zanza is to blame for Mekonis' devastation? It's Zanza's sword that I'm using. Does this mean we're enemies? And if so, why are you...
Shulk, calm down.
Sorry, I
will take you to the Mekonis capital, Agniratha.
Is that your plan? Lead us straight to the gates of our enemy? Deliver us into Egil's hands?
It will be quicker to show you than to explain. Then you will understand the history of Mekonis, and the battle between the two titans. Up ahead is a lift that leads to the central factory, within the chest of the Mekonis. The capital, Agniratha, lies just beyond there.
Hello everybody, Ragtag Sagvi here after that long cutscene. We are gonna be heading further into Mekonis. So before we do that, I want to show some few things. First off, if you try to fast travel to say Galahad Fortress or Sword Valley, you will... There we go. You will not be able to go here. You're going to notice everything is in red. You cannot enter this area, so you cannot skip to this landmark. So yeah, you are not allowed to go back to Sword Valley or Galahad Fortress. And you may be wondering, well, what about if I try to approach from Valak Mountain? As, well, there's an entryway to Sword Valley from Valak Mountain. Well, they thought of that. If you try to walk into Sword Valley, you're gonna notice this. Apparently someone in the Alliance dropped their grenade and it exploded, causing this to block off the cave. So yeah, this is blocked off, preventing you from going into Sword Valley whatsoever. So Sword Valley is permanently closed off to you. So if there's any side quests that you've not completed at Sword Valley, and by proxy Galahad Fortress, or if there is any items you still need to get, if you haven't grabbed a large collection of items, you will not be able to get them. You can still get the items. There is a way to get the items. It's just not as convenient. But yeah, any quests and unique monsters that you failed to complete or failed to fight are now permanently locked off to you. So make sure you've done all that before coming up here to fight Jadeface/Gato. And move on to this chapter. So yeah, make sure you've done that. Now we're gonna go to this door, airport style. Right, running on this conveyor. I will say, I haven't been at an airport in a long time, but going through these type of conveyors in an airport is surprisingly fun. And as we're running faster than the speed of sound, from what we can tell from our environment, we're basically becoming the Flash. The next bulkhead door will open. And now we can proceed into the fortress. Into the Bionis. Mechonis! I can't speak, apparently. And we are heading deep into the Bionis. Look at the Mechonis. Look at that. If you thought the environments weren't getting interesting, oh, they are. Look at all that. That is beautiful to see. As our elevator reaches the top, I welcome you to the Central Factory.
This is the Central Factory within the chest of the Mechonis. Can you see the ring up ahead? At the base of that ring is a transporter that leads to Agniratha. We must first head there. This place is full of autonomous security, Mechon. Tread carefully.
Get to the objective to the Central Tower. The lift to the Central Tower doesn't seem to work. Find an alternative route. Yeah, so this is the Central Factory. This is where all the Mechon are being produced. Or at least a large majority of them. So yeah, you look at this. It looks like it's not going to activate, so we can't call down the central elevator to take us to the Central Factory. Also from here, you can see a pretty big enemy. I'm surprised we can see it from all the way over here. We can see all these pistons at work. This is such an interesting area. If you like a cyberpunk kind of theme, it definitely gives that vibe. So I want to come over here because I believe there's a few items and also a unique monster over somewhere over here as well. Now, I would highly recommend fighting the enemies here. Because the enemies in Central Factory tend to drop a lot of good items because Central Factory does not have a shop of any kind. Unlike most other areas where there's usually a shop associated with the area or in the area itself, Central Factory does not. So the Mechon in the Central Factory will drop really good items. So I recommend fighting them. Here we're fighting a Lyric. Doesn't like to sing.
Let's keep going.
I think they will drop a few items that you can also get down at the field, but generally the items they drop here tend to be really good, so I would recommend fighting every enemy if possible. So that way you can get more updated equipment, because there is no shop for this area. No, that's not good. I'll think about that one. Let's just give you a backslash, because apparently this brings out the worst of me. Again, we're still gonna encounter a lot of Mechon with a lot of weird names. I presume they're anagrams, and they're still weird. It's like, why did Egil name these things? And we're getting a vision. That's the second Angel Engine X. We better take them to Colony 6. They must be eager to get them. Ah, another item we need for Colony 6, so we need to make sure we grab a few Angel Engines. Anyway, this Mechon, yeah, the mid-floor... Issei? Okay. But, yeah, the Mechon in the middle there is a unique monster, so let's fight it. You want to be diligent about fighting Mechon, unique monsters in Mechonis Field and Central Factory, because they are under the same rules as Sword Valley and Galahad Fortress. There will be a point where we can no longer access this area, so make sure you fight every unique monster possible. Slit.
Leave it to me. Gale Flash. My turn. Double blade. We're not done yet. Okay, my turn.
The break.
Not bad. This is how we do it.
And it's good as dead. Beast.
1, 2. Okay, just one more left. Almost like this.
How you doing?
I'm fine, young man. But thanks for asking.
I wish I had a brother or sister.
So we got speed arms.
Well, you're basically like our baby brother.
What? Baby brother?
Be careful.
Yeah, Dunban already has this. We got, what was the frame? Was it a frame? Or was it an arm? Yeah, it was an arm. Ooh, I like the look of that. Break my legs. Is that a challenge battle? Oh my god, it is. I didn't realize there was one in this location. Oh, well, you want to do challenge battles, you can do it here. I'm surprised there's one in this location. I wouldn't see one until the next area. Blood oil. That's an interesting item name. So what, is it just like blood but it's covered in oil? Like, what is that supposed to look like? I'm curious if anybody's actually drawn like these items, like in their spare time drawn what these items could potentially look like. So I don't think there's any like official art or anything that shows what these items can look like. And apparently we found whatever is offensive was found.
But we mustn't be careless.
Seriously, I presume these are anagrams, but why would Egil name these Mechon these? Like lyric, found, beast, moist, worse. It's not hard to make fun of these, because like, really Egil, what made you think this was a great idea to name your Mechons? Like, this does not inspire fear into me. If that's like seeing a Mechon called worse, that's not gonna inspire fear in me. It's gonna make me laugh at it.
We've definitely gotten stronger.
Like, unless these, again, like I said, are supposed to be anagrams for what they're actually supposed to be called. If these, honestly, naming these things like worse, beast and all that, then Echo really needs to work on his naming. Like, I know it's hard to think of a name, like if you're like making up pretty much anything, either machines, like OC characters, or pretty much anything. Still, I would probably think of better names 9 times out of 10. Or at least names that can work with the thing I am naming. Not, yeah, I'm gonna name this thing Worst. I'm gonna name this thing Beast. I'm gonna name this thing Found. Like, pick what seems like random ass names to name your mech on. Like, what is Issei? Like, what is that supposed to mean? Just replace the S, the second S, and you would have eBay. So I kind of wish they went with that app for a joke. Speed legs. Ooh. I like the look, but I don't like that that big drop in stats. March. So did he name them after the month, or do these Mechon love to march around? Grab all the ether we can. Yeah, let's continue on our way. Now, I will have to admit, thinking of Shulk's character, this place would be a dream come true to him, because we know that Shulk loves mechanical things. So, despite how serious this situation is, I imagine he is fanboying and probably wants to explore the Mechonis and get an understanding of its of the gears and all that when all this is over, because we know how he loves mechanical things. So I imagine he is definitely planning like, yeah, I'm gonna come back here later.
It's over. I can see this isn't pushing you at all.
Power boosters. Let's take a look at that. Ooh, that's not too bad. And we got another biter. I don't think it's good. Nope, nowhere near as good. So anyway, let's infiltrate the factory. Arrive at the maintenance entrance. And the maintenance wing. Let's go through the maintenance wing of the factory. Looks like you can get to the upper levels if you use the lift in the maintenance wing. Let's take on the faithful Lancelot. Go for a chain. Stop whatever you're doing. Slit edge. Ooh, that was a good chain attack.
Timing is everything. Remember that.
The Machina rifle. Let's take a look at that. Yes, Charlotte has that. Ooh. And it's good really defensively, so I might consider it. Don't know, I just don't like the appeal of it.
Okay guys, now we're pulling together. Focus on this moment, That was too easy. I can see this isn't pushing you at all.
Should be okay if we fight like this.
Let's continue on our way. Here we got an E for crystal deposit, so let's quickly grab these crystals. So we come up here and we get a very questionable objective. Maintenance wing escape. The path from the maintenance wing into the lift is blocked by an electronical barrier. Release the barrier and find a way to the lift. Now, this is weird because the button to activate this is just right over here. And I love this name, the Offensive Diary. Why did Egil name this? Like what, did he discover a diary from like his sister or like from one of his friends and they talked like really bad shit about him? So it's like, oh, I'm gonna name this one the Offensive Diary. So how badly people were speaking to me. Here we can disable the laser gate. Now you're gonna... This will also activate these doors that will release mech on. We'll go through these later. But we want to also open the hangar doors. And inside them you're gonna see some mass-produced face mech on. We'll fight all of them in the rest, most of them in the next episode, but there's one in particular I want to fight, and it's the one in the back here, who is a unique monster, the Temporian Gavon.
Good luck, everyone.
Or Gavin, or, yeah, is it Gavin or Gavon? So whoever this face is, apparently called Gavin. So let's fight him. But yeah, this is very interesting, because not a lot of faces are considered unique monsters, especially the mass-produced ones. Let's go for the chain. Click the brake. Get you toppled. Ooh, you have a spike. Inflict daze. Remove the spike. You dazed. Go for the chain. Reset that daze. Boost. Go for the chain. Continue that daze. And we killed this face mech-on pretty easily. So you get some speed boots, the Agus plate, and ruby glasses. Ooh. Take a look at those. Not as good, but I might look at them and the other characters. Ooh, spike free. This gives you spikes. I'm surprised by that. And I think I got like some legs. Oh, I think I already got equipment for these. Yeah, so... yeah, I think we'll end the episode here. And in the next episode, we'll go deeper into the factory. If you enjoyed this episode, do like the videos. It helps tremendously. subscribe if you haven't already, leave a comment down below on your thoughts on this episode, and share the video so more people can discover my content and help the channel grow. I'll see you all next time. Later.